Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Got to get out there and clean this chicken coop today. It's a little past due. It's pretty raunchy in there. Luckily, my sense of smell is horrible, so I am just the perfect candidate to be able to do this. So we got to get that cleaned out. I'm going to add it to the compost pile. But before I can do that, I need to get up there and move that pig trailer out of the way. I'm probably just going to park it up along the side of the fence just for now until I have a better home for it. And then we'll go ahead and get that chicken coop cleaned out. Brought all that old shavings up to the compost pile. And we'll get these compost piles stirred up. So let's go ahead and head up there now. All right, now that we got that trailer moved out of the way, come over here to get the tractor, and we're going to get up and get the chicken coop cleaned out. But before I do that, I have to actually go underneath here and fix my four-wheel drive shifter right here. I noticed that that's not right. Something's loose under there, so I think I probably shredded or lost the pin that holds the two bars together. So I got to go underneath here real quick, find another bolt or something that I can makeshift and put in here so we can get this working again, because that's not going to work. We'll get that fixed up here real quick, and then we can get out to the chicken coop. All right, so I went into my shop, got a little bolt and a lock nut here. We're gonna just temporarily put this on there. Well, hopefully it lasts longer. We'll see how long it lasts. I don't have any other pins or anything to put in there, but we got to get underneath here and find that rod. I put an old shirt or coat here, that way I can lay on it and not get so dirty. But let's get underneath here. All right, aha, I think I found the issue. Here it is. So this linkage needs to be picked back up and put back in place right here on the bar. So I'll just get that bolt and we'll get this put in here real quick. Whoops. All right, so we got that bolt on there and nuts, and now should be able to use the shifter. Should be good to go now. So let's head back down to the chicken coop and get that thing cleaned out, all right? There we go. That's nice and stiff now. Jerry came down to do get the water and food taken care of for the chickens this afternoon, and decided to let the ladies out for a little while to free range and forage. They got their boy Copper with them for a little bit of protection, although these other roosters back here, they're trying to sneak back up on them, but they're just loving the grass out here right now. All right, I got the tractor all positioned here. That's all I do. I just put it right next to the chicken coop here with my bucket facing up, and we're just gonna shovel all this out, get it up to the compost. So let's do it. A broody hen right here that we're just letting lay for the time being to see if maybe she will hatch any of these. Now that Copper's in here with the girls, figured maybe she can lay here. We just left, this is the same box. If there's any new eggs, we collect them, but otherwise we let her just lay there. We're just gonna give her, you know, a few weeks to let her do this, and then nothing comes out of it. That's fine, we'll move on. But be interesting to see if she can hatch some little chicks. guys, so I've got the coop is all cleaned out, even all the nesting boxes that are in here, except for the one that White Girl's in right now. Scraped it out as best I could, try to get as much of the moisture and the junk that's stuck on the floor. And then I went around and coated everything with First Saturday lime. So the lime's gonna help with moisture as well as the insects. Now we're ramping up into the warmer weather, the mites and ticks and whatnot that'll be trying to come in here for the birds. So that helps prevent that. So the only thing I gotta do now, I've got a couple bags of the pine shavings that we're gonna go ahead and spread out. I usually do about 2 bags of that, and I have that up in the barn, so I'm gonna go grab that, we'll spread that out, and chicken coop will be ready to go. And it already smells so much better in there. So let's get the clippings and we'll get those added in here and finish up the chicken coop. Trimming the trees?
Yeah.
Yeah. You getting bees?
Yeah.
Bees are all over the flowers. I know you look up, you see all the honeybees up there on the flowers. Alright, we'll get the spread in here. All right, it's all cleaned out. Jerry went ahead and opened the chicken door back up back in there to let the ladies back in. No one's come back in yet, but it's all cleaned. It feels good to have it nice and cleaned in here. Fresh bedding all around, and all of the nesting boxes have been nice and freshened up. Doesn't stink in here anymore. It smells like fresh pine. Copper's been doing good in here, hanging out with his ladies. What's up, Copper? What you doing, bud? Grayson just went in there and gave him a bunch of scratch, so he was in there hand feeding him scratch. All right, get cleaned up. I am definitely nasty. I gotta get the tractor back up to the house and parked up, and I'm going to at some point get some 2x8s that I'm gonna have to put on the back of this tiller here. So I gotta build a frame that comes out a few feet and allows us to hill up the garden. So basically it's a homemade makeshift garden hiller. That's what I want to do. So we got to get that done. I don't know if I'll have enough daylight left today, but maybe I'll pick that back up tomorrow. Either way, we need to work on that and get back out here after the storms this week. All right, I got these 3 apple trees here that I want to get transplanted. We got a Red Delicious, a Fuji, and Golden Delicious here. I started noticing when I went into the shed a little bit ago that they're budding out and starting to sprout. So I am going to go ahead and get those planted in the ground. I'm going to plant them down along the other apple trees down there. There's actually 3 holes where it looks like 3 trees used to be. So I'm going to run and grab a bag of soil that I can use for transplanting, and then we'll get going. Might as well take all of this so we can dump the rest of it in the garden if we have leftovers. All right. So we have this apple tree here, and then We have the pear tree and 2 plum trees, but they're in 2 different lanes. So in line with the apple tree right here, if I turn, I'd be going straight down here. There's actually a dip in the ground here by my foot, and that's right in line with that pear tree. And if you go down, straight down the line, there's another dip right here where my foot is, in line with this plum tree. And then down at the end again, same thing. There's a spot right here. So I'm just gonna go in all 3 of these dips that are already aligned. Just gonna dig it out, use the extra soil that I have, and pack around it. I don't have any compost right now, so I'm just gonna leave it exposed with soil until I can get something to put on it. Wish I had something quick and easy, but either way, doesn't matter. I'm just gonna go and get these holes dug out here. And I'm doing it now because they're budding out and the ground is soft from a rain that had just passed us recently. So the ground's not quite dried back out yet. Makes it easy for transplanting. I want to make a nice loose area, so I want to loosen the soil up around it. All right, let's just work our way right to left. Grab the golden, grab this bag of all-purpose soil here. I want to add this in here. It's got some compost and feed for the plant to give it a boost, help grow it out here. Soil mixed in here around. Just want to mix this stuff in here. Mix it in with the native soil here. Give it a little stiffness there. There we go. I gotta remember to put a bunch more of that soil in before I put the plant in. Thing sits so low in that dip. Loosen the soil again. Yeah. Red Delicious next. That's straight clay right there. That molds. A lot of clay in this ground up here. The other stuff mixed in with it again. There we go. It'll settle quite a bit. Keep that weight down. Fuji! Get down here to this last hole. I did it! So this, all the roots started growing up. So now I gotta dig down here, dig all this back out real quick, and give this root system somewhere to go. Get some stuff over top of it. Still need to get the back side here. These top roots can fold back. There we go. Wow, this one went much easier. Much larger root system. Coming out here to fertilize these fields soon. maybe in a week or so, once we have a strand of good weather. All right, let's just start with the open bag. I'm just throwing it out in no particular order. Nowhere specific, just coming out and spinning it. Because these hills are about to get formed here, probably this week, later this week. There we go. All right, I'm gonna go throw this stuff away and get some water in that watering can. Give them a good soaking. Make sure they all had a real good soak though. Luckily down here, I think most of this I can get by hand because I got mostly sod. I'll try to do it by hand, I guess, so I don't have to use the shovel. Boop boop. 1, 2, 3. All right, we'll see. Hopefully we can get these things to grow out without getting eaten by animals and insects. Might end up putting a little cage around them as they're growing out so that we can keep the rabbits and small critters away from them. Get my muddy slugs back on here. Since Copper got put into the chicken coop, Silver was getting beat up on by all 3 roosters, but Copper stays in with the girls now, and the other 2 roosters we got rid of, they're a little aggressive. Now we just have Silver out and about. His spurs are growing in pretty good there too, which is good. Good self-defense. Got your little pond out here, huh? What are you doing? It's his little hangout. Usually when we're over there at the chicken coop, we point to him, he's sitting on the fence post right here, and this is his little puddle. All right, guys, thanks a lot for following along today. Man, it feels so good to get that chicken coop cleaned out. It smells so much better. And we got those apple trees planted, so they've been sitting in our shed here for a few weeks, getting ready for it to warm up, and you know, they're budded out, so it's time to get them in the ground. So you got to keep an eye on them, make sure they're growing out, and you know, I can't wait till they start producing in a few years. If you guys haven't done so already, go ahead and follow us on Facebook. You can find us there, facebook.com/Ferko Family Farm. Go along and follow us there. There's additional content and, you know, pictures, videos, and just general updates that aren't necessarily on YouTube all the time. For a little bonus material, go ahead and follow us on Facebook. If you're new to this channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to hit that bell. Stay alert when we release new videos. All right, guys. Well, until next time, we'll see you later. Take care.